Good afternoon. I trust you guys are doing super on this beautiful Thursday day. Well, coming to a close of day, right? So I just thought I would just pop by, share a quick sneak preview on one of the methods that we do talk about on how to find a property opportunity. Yes, this week I've been answering a lot of questions, and I just feel that if anything that it does, it boosts where we are, because a lot of the times the questions are dealt directly to me. I respond to them and we kind of just leave them there. And I really just want to engage this community to say, if your side hustle is property investing, or you have a keen interest in property investing, then this particular one-day workshop may just be something that you are looking for. So without much ado, I just really want to give you a quick high level on who I am. Many of you know that I'm Genevieve Stafford Jack. I'm the owner of FHC Consulting. And just very recently, I started with the one-day property workshop. And this necessity arose when I started seeing gaps in the market. I would be out networking and somebody would ask me, please, can you coach me? I would be out with friends having a conversation, property comes up, and then it turns out to be one big training session over a braai. Yes, it was quite interesting when I do have these conversations with my friends. So I felt that if I can have these conversations with my friends, why can I not have it with you? Because oftentimes you are asking me very relevant questions, and I feel like, you know what, it's now my time to share with you. So here's a quick look-see, right? So while I share on my webinar tool, I just want to give you a quick introduction to myself. I started in property a little over 2.5 years ago, and I have found the journey quite exhilarating, if I may put it that way. What has been exciting about this journey is that it helped my husband and I get out of the hot soup that we were in. Why? Because we learned so many different strategies. Just very recently, like in day before yesterday, a friend of mine popped a message through on my Facebook, well, into my inbox, and she said, Jen, did you win the lotto? When did you start property investing or investing in property? And I smiled and I'm like, we have been. And, because it just felt like, that's strange. Why is it that you're asking that question? Another friend asked me, were you suddenly a trust fund baby and we didn't even know about this? And you know what that got me thinking? Maybe my message is not all that clear. Or maybe the message that we generally hear is a very hyped up message about, hey, property investing will get you financially free today. And where it will get you financially free, don't get me wrong about that. It's enabled my husband to leave his full-time employee and get into property investment full-time. This is how much of working we've been doing behind the scenes. But it does not take you one deal, okay? And that's really some of the myths that I do clarify during the one-day property training, as well as when I just talk to people in general, saying that if you've taken time to harness the skill that you currently have, right, for your working environment, why would you think that overnight property is this magic key? You throw thousands of rands to a property coaching opportunity and you think it's just going to happen. So here I am, just really sharing about property investing. No fluff, no BS, no frills, and definitely no hype. So moving along from why I do what I do, how I got into it, to share with you something simple. Some of my students have said, what is interesting to me is auctions. And I get through to auctions and I want to know X, Y, and Z about auctions. And for me, I would want to make it very clear, I'm not an auctions fundi. But what I have found powerful is the Green Gazette. Why? Sheriff HQ, there is it's a paid facility. Green Gazette, I can get information that will get me through the door of an attorney that will be able to give me leads if I need leads into a property opportunity. So simply what I did is I typed Green Gazette, as you can see, and I typed search. This is the information that it comes up. If you go to auctions, all right, you could type the suburb that you're currently in. So for example, where could I type if this was live? Hey, let me type Centurion. As I type Centurion, I click on find auctions. I don't know Centurion very well, if at all. I just know that sometimes we pop by to see mates of my husband. Nonetheless, if I go into Centurion, let's take the first one, Centurion Park. Click on Centurion Park. There's the Eagle's View. I go in and I can see the property list is equal to 7. So there are different opportunities that you can find, right? How's that for information right there? I'm not registered on the Green Gazette, but what I do find is for those that are interested in auctions and wanting to understand how the auctions work and things like that, I know they go through to the Green Gazette to find their opportunities. If I click on that particular address, boom, what is it going to give me? Unit 1, Cranbrookvale in Cranbrookvale. Okay, it's going to tell me the auction date is on the 4th of July. It's going to give me the information about the title deeds. All right. If we scroll down, here's where the magic happens. Sorry about that. Here's where the magic happens. We know the attorney. We know the attorney of this particular individual that unfortunately has gone through this process of having their opportunity, or rather their property, auctioned. Okay, so you could contact the defendant's attorney. There's the details. This is the name. This is the physical address. And you can find out more information about this particular opportunity. If you are equipped with Lightstone, the Lightstone report will also give you further information so that you can do a measure of analysis before you actually make that call. So now we know who we're calling, right? If we go now through to Property24, of course, it will be one of my first links that come up. What property investor would I be? And I say Centurion Park. Okay, it didn't come up. Okay, let's say Centurion. Now, here's another little tidbit, right? If you go into Property24, you go and you type in your area for sale, and you select your house, your apartment and flat, townhouse and whatnot, because as property entrepreneurs, or real estate entrepreneurs, as I prefer to call us, we are looking at houses, freeholds, we're looking at sectional titles, okay? And what I've understood is that sometimes property is registered on Property24 slightly this way or that way. So for what I mean by that is sometimes an apartment is then registered as a townhouse, or a townhouse is then registered as an apartment or a house. So I always encourage my students to select the first 3, okay? Do nothing with the rest of the filters, okay? And click on search. Now we want to go, see, I should have used an area that I know, but nonetheless, I'm happy with this. Nonetheless, you go in and you want to select an area that you know, right? Yeah, I don't know where Centurion Park falls under, but the point of us coming into Property24 is as follows. Say, for example, there was a heading called Centurion Park. You want to select Centurion Park here. Why? Here's another little indicator. When you go here, this shows one of 20 of 8,323 places that are going for sale. Now, my question to you, when you are operating and you are looking for something and you are presented with 8,000 plus of something, what does it do to you? Don't you just feel like, oh? So as a property investor, when you're looking out and you want to see which properties or which areas you want to go into and you want to refine your search, I say to you, this number, this 8,300 somewhat, is ridiculous, right? Let's click on this area. When we go into the hovers or the hoovers, excuse me for not pronouncing that very well, suddenly 469 look a little bit more easier, or rather it looks a whole lot better than 8,323. Okay, but still 469 is still quite a lot to look out for. So what I generally do is say scroll to the bottom, and when you scroll to the bottom, my rule of thumb, it must be less than 10 pages. So now 24 pages is still quite a bit. And this is the detail that we do go into while we are unpacking the property journey of a property investor, on how then can we have laser focus on picking up opportunities and not letting them fall through the cracks. Okay, so here is the sneak preview that I just shared very briefly with you. And one more thing for Pansela. What I have learned, and whether there's truth in this or not, I am putting it to the test. What I've learned is when you type in the area you're looking for, okay, you select the 3 opportunities. Actually, no, you don't select the 3 types. You click, unclick, you click on search. It's going to search. You touch nothing in the filters. It's going to search, and you scroll down just a tad. The first real estate property that, or rather the first property that comes up with a realtor or a real estate agent, that shows or gives you insights that Meridian is the realtor of, or the realty of choice in this particular area, meaning they hold the market share value, which means many people that stay in Centurion in this particular area, the Hoovers, please forgive the pronunciation. So anyone that stays in this area, they feel a lot more comfortable calling this particular realty. What does that mean to you as a property investor? It then means if your recipe of finding opportunities is a real estate agent, you may want to give this real estate agent a call and start your conversations with this particular real estate agent. Why? If they hold the market share value in that particular space, what do you think they could help you with or present you with? So that is my sneak preview. Let me stop the share. That is my sneak preview. And the whole aim of coming from the Green Gazette into Property24 is to put this particular point forward for you. If there was an area called Centurion Park and I selected it, it would have shown me how many properties are in that area. And what do you want to do with that information? You really want to do a measure of desktop research, meaning there's a property going on auction and there are properties that are on sale on Property24. You're going to look at everything that is going on sale. You're going to look at the conditions of many of those places, because the more pictures there are, the more they're flaunting what they are selling. And you as a property investor, you are not looking for the one that is flaunting. You are looking maybe for a picture, maybe 2, and sometimes just the picture of a street or just a picture of a building. You want to see what is going on in the environment, okay? So that when you do go and you pop in at this place that is going on auction, you remember what was going on Property24. When you're done looking at this place going on auction, what are you going to do? Drive around the area and recall what you had learned on Property24. And this is a sneak preview on all the little data aspects that we look at finding a property opportunity. And this is just one of the many leads funnel that you can create in your particular space. So as mentioned in the post above, there are 2 more spots that are left for Saturday. Whether they fill up or not, we're moving forward. So if this video was something of interest to you and you think, hey, Jen, you are talking my language, this is what I'm wanting to learn, then I suggest to you to click the link above, follow the process, and I will see you at the FHC Sunning Hill campus on Saturday, the 29th of June from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We respect your time, and therefore we start promptly and end by 4 p.m. the afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. You take good care. Ciao for now.